Good morning, everybody. We're going to do a quick video on three tokens that came out today that we saw from the new token alert in our small cap crypto investing group. I took a look at Gigapool also, but the website wasn't loading and no one has time for that. So I just looked at WenLambo, SafeMusk, and Yoshi. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. So first step, I'm not going to go through this for all of the coins. But what you can do is you can take a look at the token address, right? And you can pop it into PooCoin. We've done that before on videos. Anyway, let's imagine that I had already done that, and I've got the chart set on the 1 hour. You can see that this token launched in the last 3 hours. Good price movement. Let's knock it down actually to the 1 minute chart. What I'm looking for here is good undulations in the data and not just straight up. And this is good, right? Let's also take a look at the price movement on it. So we're seeing, oops, something about PooCoin's website I don't like is this little black bar on the side that is difficult to navigate sometimes. But this is great, right? You got a good mix of small money and big money coming in here. Big money right there, 1,700, 2,000. Yeah, looks like this is. I would go for this, right? But let me jump into one more thing just to sort of do my own due diligence here. So I go to coinmarketcap.com/currencies/ and this is where you want to grab the ID out of the new tokens field, right? And the ID, if we were talking traditional stocks, the ID would be the symbol. So let's kick it back here for just a moment. We're going to look at WenLambo on coinmarketcap.com. Good sign here. I'd like to see the website first and foremost. You can see this is a BNB token. Don't grab the contract ID from here or the token ID. Use the sheet whenever possible. This definitely looks like a legit setup here on CoinMarketCap.com, but just don't get into. It's a bad habit to get into, and you can get yourself in some trouble. So what I really like about CoinMarketCap is they have these two other sections, right? News and social. And news is great because you can, see if you can validate it, right? Is this a legit coin or are other people talking about it? Now, what you can do is you can jump over to their social media, their Twitter feed, but let's just actually go right into their website. And I have it open here, so I won't repeat that. But on first look, right, WenLambo.finance, you can see right at the top they do tokenomics. I'll talk about that a little bit as we go through. If you do like a control Z, and I had actually happened to have the token address in there, that would look cool, wouldn't have? This WenLambo, right? And that's just a physical, kind of ocular pack down, as Mac would say from Always Sunny. Looking for the token address here, it matches up fine. That's a great sign as well. I looked at WenLambo a little bit earlier. They're, the guys behind this one have some fintech, experience. I'll be honest though, I didn't really get a feel for what we're doing here. It seems to be some sort of investment strategy to own Lamborghinis. If anybody from WenLambo sees this, definitely reach out to me. But I just, I really, this is more of like a comment on the entire crypto space right now. I'd really like to see more solid things that we lead with on these websites and not just like champagne and Lamborghini dreams, which literally here is. I like utility coins, things that have use cases. I guess this does, but I don't really think it does. 10% tax, right? So here we're getting into the tokenomics. 10% tax made up 2% being held for liquidity and burns, 4% for chosen charities, and 4% is airdropped to all holders. If you're familiar with the SafeMoon or any of the other reflective slash hyper deflationary coins coming out in the last few weeks, this is nothing new to you. Essentially, you pay a VIG getting in and a VIG getting out, but that money is dispersed at least part to the current stakeholders. That will fuel some of the comments you see online, which are often when the coin is going down and people want to get out, the the old guard of the coin will step in and say, "Oh, you're stupid or you're silly for selling because you're just making coins while you're holding," and that's absolutely true. Uh, the downside of that, right, is that if you don't have a coin that's really based on anything, uh, what happens eventually is that everybody leaves. And yes, you have a ton of tokens, right? Because you stayed. But you also lost a lot of money in the last couple of weeks. And, to be honest, the project probably isn't coming back from, its all-time high 2 weeks ago. So that's just my own spin on it. Absolutely do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Let's jump over to the next one. I'm not going to go through each one of the processes here. However, I will just jump right over to Yoshi. I did the same thing, CoinMarketCap, right? Slash currencies slash Yoshi or Yoshi. Now, this is a little bit of an interesting coin because they seem to do it all, right? They are community driven. They're a meme token. So if you're familiar with like Doge, that's also like just a different word for this token doesn't have any utility. Um, no pre-sale, no team allocation, right? So devs don't own any of it. There was no pre-sale event where whales could come in and jump, buy up a bunch. It looks like the contract has been renounced. You'll see this sometimes in the space. Contract renouncing is it's a good thing. It's when devs will make the decision that they are going to push the contract out into the open space. No one owns it. That also means that no one can make any updates to it. I'll give you a quick example. If you had a contract that wasn't renounced, a dev could go in there, and I'm not saying this would happen, it's just a scenario. Dev would go in there and they could add 2% tax, right? And that 2% tax went right to their wallet. You could kind of play that out a little bit, right? 55% held by the black hole, so this looks like it's a burn mechanism. 58,000 holders, 40,000 Telegram, right? So good stats there. Now you can read a little bit more about the DeFi token. Uh, so static rewards, LP acquisition, manual burn. Great. So you're getting a lot of things with this token. They're also doing some work to keep the price, at a level. With anything artificial in economics like that, like there is an end. They can't continue to burn. They can't continue to hold up the value or the floor uh, artificially over time. Um, it's interesting that those economic concepts haven't made their way over to the crypto space yet, but I imagine they will. Devs burned all the tokens in the dev wallet. That's great. And we could also probably go back to our rug check tool that I showed you yesterday or 2 days ago. And you can actually punch in the token ID and then in that rug check tool. And if you're looking, if you see an address in there that is like X 00000, right? That is a burn wallet, meaning like those coins are dead, but at least you can go in and validate that there are that many coins in there being held, right? And that's sort of uh, an artificial means, in my opinion, to keep up the price. So you can keep looking into Yoshi. I would take a serious look at it because I do like some of the things that they're doing here, especially around like NFTs and the DeFi space. Um, but let's just take one look at the chart because I realized we didn't do that. Okay. All right, good price movement upward. We like to see that, right? Drops. Also, what are we looking on the price action? Good mix of money in there. I just saw a $9,000, $8,900 buy, right? You see the $78, $5 I just saw there on the bottom. I'd go on this one. Do your own research, of course, not financial advice. Now let's look at the last one that we were pulling up here, and it was Safe Musk. Cool. So Safe Musk, I'm short on time here, but I went through and did all the other steps I had done before. When I looked at Safe Musk, which is a little bit interesting here, is they do manual burns and they hold them at regular intervals, but then they also, from what I was reading in here, they will activate burns at any point. I imagine this is going to be some sort of function to keep the price floor up, but we shall see. Let's take one look at the chart here. launch, right? All the early investors get out, it goes down, and then it's got legs, right? It's going back up. I'd take a look at this one as well. If you were going to consider putting some money in an early, project, these are still all fairly inexpensive, even from a small cap perspective. All right, I got to jump. Got to go to my real job. If y'all have any questions, definitely hit me up in the in the Facebook group, and let's go make a bunch of money together. That's what this group's all about, right? So take it easy. Have a good day. I'm sure we'll talk later on. See ya.